And are we live? We're live on stream, on Twitch. Good, good, good. And on YouTube. On YouTube. We're also live. We're live in both locations. Imagine that. Isn't technology grand? Hi, guys. They're still having some server problems. I, however, am avoiding it entirely. Because it really only pops up if you're doing the campaign stuff. I'm in doing the endgame content. I got in a little early to the endgame content. Got my ass kicked a couple of times. Got in at level 45, and I'm currently level 56. The mobs are level 58, so I should be fine. And that's allowing me to keep playing the game without having to deal with the bad stuff. Let's go this way, I think. This is the, more or less, the end game. I'll show you. This is monoliths. You start here at the end of time, move out to the first alternate timeline here, and that's where I am right now, and eventually you'll work your way through these other timelines, leveling up. And my understanding is that when you finish these 3, that gives you access to this one, and that allows you to fight the big boss. And if you beat that, you go into empowered monoliths, which are the stronger versions of the regulars, and will gain corruption over time and become even more powerful. And that's kind of the end game. Now, in this current area, we have all of these different locations to go to. They each have their own rewards that they'll have at the end if you succeed. And plus, we are getting stability into this timeline, which will allow us to access these quest echoes and then finally a boss. And that will then allow us to choose which timeline we move to next. And that's kind of how the end game works, or I would describe it as the main part of the end game at present. I'm going to go here. Frozen Sea. You can see here, enemies have a 35% chance to shred my armory. Armor is their modifier. My modifiers are I have increased item rarity and increased experience gained. 2 stacks of that. And the rewards will give me piles of gold, stability, and up to 22 bonus stability, depending on how many mobs I kill. Now I am running Void Knight Autobomber, which means that I can kill most everything I need to kill just by moving through it. I have 2 auto-casting skills, Anomaly and Devouring Orb. The orbs do a lot of damage. The little purple outline you can see, which is a much better visual than it previously had, is a big buff item, or big buff sphere. So it's buffing me hugely. And I have to slay 3 patrolling Imperial Watchers. I'm not throwing much in the way of spells here, by the way. This is mostly being done by the Devouring Orbs, just on their own. I'm currently only holding down my left mouse button to move. Everything else is just dying on its own. Ooh, something hit hard there. And came back from the dead. You're noticing probably the little color beams. Those are items that have dropped. I have a rather stringent filter currently running. So the only things that show up with names and stuff on them are the stuff the filter deems worthy of our attention. Those big icy guys hit hard. Unless you murder them first. Oh, this is going to drop a bunch of idols for us, where we will pick all of those up. Because of course we will. And here's one of the bosses we need to kill 3 of in the map. This sort of tentacly guy. Oh, he's dead. So now we need to find 2 more of them, I believe. And there's a second one, and... he's dead. Nope, that was all 3 of them. I killed another one without even noticing. Build is strong. I'd like to take credit for it. It ain't my build. Thank you, Allie. That was a prime? He leaps straight to the prime. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to go with Yogi because crooked? I'm going to guess crooked Yogi? But the crooked part is guesswork. Any idea when my next City of Heroes stream? What I'm planning on doing is making sure I'm running it at least once a week. While I'm doing, right now, of course, I'm playing the brand new game you see before you. Thank you very, very much, Yogi. Yogi? Yogle. Yogi or Yogle? It's complicated. But I know I've gotten a lot of people who have started following and watching lately over the last 6 weeks or so because of City of Heroes. So, I've been having fun the whole time. So I'm going to make sure it's involved in a rotation. Maybe I'll even just pick a day of the week, and I'll put actual scheduling information up on Twitch. It's a little harder for me to put up the information on YouTube. I'm not sure if there's an equivalent sort of mechanic in place. But I'll look into it some more. It will be happening, but I'm not sure when. I mean, also, next week, we've got new content dropping in Guild Wars 2. And Guild Wars 2 is, generally speaking, been my main game for quite a few years. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that. Right now, I also would like to be playing Nightingale, which just went into early access 2 days ago. Looks pretty good, and until I found out when it was launching, I was planning on playing it at launch. Basically, there's a whole shitload of games out right now. It's not fair, but it's better than not having enough games. That's for sure. Let's see. I was going to do something, and I forgot what I was going to do. Oh my god, you guys have confused me. Yes, I'm going to blame you guys for confusing me. It's clearly can't be my fault, because nothing's my fault. Next up here, we have 2 points, so 10 to 12 in Sigils of Hope. 10 to 12, Sigils of Hope. So that is another point here, and then here. Makes sense, make the sigils last longer.
Yes.
Sell. Keep. Definitely keep. 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 Why is it not popping up in the fashion I would like? What the hell? Is there a delay on that? Physical resistance, hammer throw damage would be good while leveling. I'm no longer leveling. 5 slots. It's a lot of slots, but the rest of it's not that good. And we'll hold on to that. Idols. Throw me the idol. Throw me the whip. Is no time. Adios, senor. Alright, we grab that. Next we will grab this. Ooh. 200. This is not good. No wonder I was having problems with delays. It seemed like I was having weird delays in getting things to work. US West has gone from sometimes single-digit ping times to 100 plus ping times. Now it's going back down. All right. All right, back down to 33. That's still a little bit high. But seriously, I've had most of the time that I've been playing, I have single-digit ping times. I think they've put the servers in my basement. Except they didn't tell me. And I don't have a basement. I always say stand down or die to them, and then I kill them anyway. I just don't think that's fair. It's a fairness issue, you know? So I am not making any progress towards the Circle of Fortune because the server is still having issues with changing maps in the campaign. So by doing the end game content, I can at least play and level up, but I'm not making any progress on the campaign. And I died a couple of times because I got into the campaign or the end game content a bit early.
Stand down or die.
This build is mostly just moving around, as the devouring orbs basically take care of everything like that. Right now I'm holding down the left mouse button and moving, and that's all I'm doing. I'll tell you the next time I hit any other button. These guys are tough, so normally I'd be hitting them with smites, but as an experiment right now, I'm hitting no buttons other than movement. So this is why I chose the Void Knight Autobomber. I can chat, keep my eye on chat. I might occasionally die. That's fine. An old guy like me can manage to move through the world and kill everything, and then when I actually have to fight something, I can do that too. And I didn't even have to do that. I just killed the boss I needed to kill without using any skills. Oh, but I'll probably have to use some on this. We have a pardon me, an exiled mage, and they're tougher. Or at least it'll be quicker if I hit this, if I hit him with smites. And that's him. And we'll head back to the base, so to speak. I hope everyone's Thursday is going delightfully well. Let's see. A lot of these I'm not going to... Well, the frailty would be nice, but not worth changing. The +1 to smite and the cast speed, along with the resistances, makes this really good. It'll be a while before that one gets replaced. Let's see. No. We will fracture that one to get the affixes out. And out of a total of 9 affixes, we got 3. Out of a total of 9 possible affix shards. 12 mana gained on potion use. I don't... That's not... That ain't... blowing my skirt up, so to speak. Cannot exist as a shard. Yeah, it's experimental affix, so there's no point in sharding that one, if you'll pardon the phrase. That third affix is probably worth trying to shatter off here. 1, 4, 7, 8 total shards available, and we got, wow, 7 out of 8. Good. That was a good one. And let's say ring with Vit and health regen. Nothing particularly interesting on that. And that has cast speed. Cast speed is very good for this build. Oh, wrong button.
Yes.
Right button.
Take care.
I'll take care. Oh, well, we've got all 5 of our skills leveled up. We've got 2 more here, so that's 12 to 14 in Sigils of Hope. So we're going here, and then 4th point to open that up, so we can summon an additional sigil. That'll be nice. 16 to 17 in Healing Hands. Heading out here. Healing Hands restores additional health over time. Makes sense. Smite, 17 to 18. Smitey Smite, 17 to 18. Alright, we're going to pile on here. And Devouring Orbs, 16 to 17. Makes sense. And over here, I think it's here, Void Maw. Pretty sure. Yeah, Void Maw until we max it. Lots of Health Leech. Oh, Health Leech. So good. Tastes like victory. Let's see. Where next? Rare enemies, 50% increased CDR. Oh, we're maxed. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and actually take care of the timeline quests, and then pick a new timeline. I'll have to choose between, I believe, a level 62 or a level 68. I am level 57. I'll probably choose the 68, as the leveling will be delicious. And I do not have my abilities up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alert, alert, alert. Run away. I have them up now. I have not gotten to the point where I always remember to make sure that they're on. And that is dangerous. Turns out, don't do that. I can stay alive long enough, most of the time, to make sure that that I can survive long enough to turn them back on. I definitely do not like the Healing Hands movement skill as much as I liked the little charging one. But the little charging one, whose name eludes me because I'm old and I forget things, has a big, big advantage over it. And that is, this one has a big advantage over it in that this one does not require a target. The other one requires a target. And you don't always have a target when you're fighting a boss and there's a big AE. And you don't want to charge the boss because that's the source of the AE.
Stand down or die.
Stand down or die, guys. That's your choice. Not my fault if you're dead. You chose not to stand down. Completely your own fault. I bear no ethical or moral responsibility for you being all, like, dead.
Stand down or die.
Oh, a whole bunch of free shards. Alright, we got a couple of bosses, or mobs we need to kill. Not really mobs, they're objects mainly, realistically. This thing right there, it's already dead. We just moved next to it, and that was sufficient to kill it, because, hey, that's kind of the way this build works. Good evening. Oh, wait, it's not evening. Well, it might be evening where you are. It's barely afternoon where I am. Good afternoon. I just get used to saying good evening, you know? I am just running monoliths, the endgame stuff. I hope you're having fun, although if you're trying to have fun online, they're still having server issues. I'm doing the endgame content, which doesn't use the same server infrastructure as the campaign game. So that's why I'm able to play basically without any real problems. Give me haste. Lots of haste. Echo conquered because I'm mighty. Not really. What do we got? Endurance threshold. That's a lot of endurance threshold, but the affixes are not great for this build. So it goes into the exalted batch. The other things, let's see. No and no. So those both get sold.
Yes.
We're at 75. We're going to buy more Runes of Shattering, because Runes of Shattering are good.
Take care.
And we are over here. Presuming, I'm going to guess the next 2 points go there. I don't know that for a fact, so I'm going to double check. Because, why not double check? And I'd be wrong. 4 and then there. Right, that was it. I did that. Okay. We also have another level here. Where are we going now? Actually, we have 2 points here in our overall main spec tree. Let's say we finish up the 15 that we need in Paladin, and we come back over to here, and we start hitting 5 in a row. Up here, more echo chance. Chance for our skills to echo. Oh, that's right. We're trying to get the hell out of this timeline and move on to the next. This time I caught it. Because I'm auto-casting my skills, I frequently have to manually restart them. Manually relock them in place, basically. Grab this and let the mage out of his prison. Got enough leech, I can just face tank his hits. And he's come over all dead. And we need to go up and to the right. You'll note as I move, occasionally I stutter step. That is not actually me. That is the auto casting. because most skills are not instant cast. So I have a slight stutter every time one of my auto cast spells goes off. I have to capture the lower square, which I think requires me to just murder every mob in here. Ooh, rare items. Only one of those rare items was good. Or met the requirements of the loot filter. Again, this is not my build. This build, we're not quite done yet. Is the boss up yet? This build was by Ali. And if you were to do a search for Void Knight Autobomber, you'd probably find her name attached. And I chose it because it's a straightforward build that'll allow me to, well, it was intended to allow me to get to unlock the Circle of Fortune as quickly as possible. But that requires you to go through the storyline, and the storyline is problematic right now because of the mapping issues. Transfers between maps, especially between an instanced map, like a map where you're just going around killing stuff, and one of the town areas, the shared areas, seems to be the biggest bottleneck. There's the bossy guy, I think. Yeah, there he is, and Echo conquered. And so by skipping the storyline and just doing the endgame content, I get to play, I get to level up. I'm assuming that's because of the resists. I don't know why else that one would make the cut for the loot filter. Fire and ignite. No. Mana on potion using. I just don't think that's especially good, period. Lightning damage, cold damage. Funnily enough, I don't do those. 41 ward per second, though. That's probably worth holding on to for a future character. One of the reasons why I wanted to put cast speed, but nothing else. One of the reasons I wanted to push through as quickly as possible to grab the Circle of Fortune is that's an account-wide unlock. And therefore any future characters would have it already activated for them, and I know myself, I'm a big alt whore. I love playing additional characters. And so getting that would be a significant motivation. We are now going to face off against the Altar of Flesh. If that sounds yummy. Here we go. Big ass boss time. Unfortunately, he is initially invulnerable. You have to destroy the 4 altars in the corners. Alright, we got that one taken care of before he can catch up to us. Also, it puts out a lot of poop when you finish beating them up. He's coming. And that hurt a little bit too. Alright, we got rid of that one. Move to get away. One more, and then we can start fighting the ugly bad man. There we go. Alright, let's party. Alright, he's under half. Things are going well. Now's the time when everything tends to go to crap. Got him. Got him. Nice. Now, seem to be voices coming from inside the mass of swirling souls, Alric, the outcast queen, and so many others. All were captured and harvested to create the abomination. The souls, you have freed us from that prison of misshapen flesh, yet still we cannot die. Not bound to the will of the Empire, but still trapped here. Without bodies, there is nothing left for us but to think and ponder until our spirits fade. Tell us, should we reflect on the past we cannot change, or dream of the future we will never see? There must be some way. Please, there is nothing for us here. If we dwell on what's around us, we'll be twisted into a specter of torment. Tell us, should we reflect on the past we cannot change, or dream on the future? Dream on the future. Even if the future holds greater despair, there is still peace in dreams. Thank you. Now leave this place. I get a buff, increased gold drop rate, increased huge idol drop rate, or increased rune drop rate. Let's go with the huge idols, because I like big idols. Size matters, you know? Thank you. Now leave this place and pursue a future of your own. Later, guys. It's been a slice. Where were we going here? That's right. Chance for echoes. I've never seen this before. I've seen the other items in the set, but I've never seen this one, I don't think. It's a set item. The last Bear's Scorn, I'm going to assume that it's Primalist. Health gain on stun and big strength bonus are the set bonuses. Gives 10 strength, 100% health regen. If you've stunned an enemy recently, physical damage leached his health on hit. Those are some good numbers for a build that's putting out a whole bunch of stunning, let's say. And now we have to choose 62 or 68. I'm going to go with, or 66. I'm going to go with 66. Because I'm 59. 62, the mobs would be not much higher level than me. And we would like some more XP. We would like delicious experience points. And a ring. Ribbons of blood with a legendary potential. Nice. Fire resist, fire damage. Increased health. Minion damage leached his health on hit. Minion increased leech rate. Melee fizz for minions. Your minions cannot be crit. Good minion stuff. And the new layout of Echoes. Where do we want to go? Where, oh, where, oh, where? Let's start with that. So we have now moved up in difficulty again. Our abilities are triggering. This is good. This is going to drop a bunch of affix shards for us. We will smile and greedily pick them up. We need to slay enemies to locate the Sun Gate and then seal the Sun Gate. Stun chance. Again, I'm not actually pressing any buttons other than just to move. This isn't necessary, of course. This is just me showing off. Now I'm pressing buttons again. Alright, we've killed enough that we now know where the gate is. We will now go to the gate.
Stand down or die.
They didn't stand down. What choice did I have? I gave them the alternative. And more gold. That's nice. Those things are all hit spongy, so I actually had to press a button to finish them off in a timely fashion. So this will be the early session. I will probably stop in around 2 hours and take a break for about 2 hours and then be back. And hopefully by then they'll have hammered out more of the problems with the map function. What do we got? We got... Which one is that? That is experience. We want to open up the experience shrine for sure. Because, well, we're leveling up. At least trying to. Alright, we've got the XP bonus. We'll open this other... Stunning chance, not a big deal. And now we will open up the gate and fight off waves of mobs. And that's why we wanted the XP bonus, is because we're going to be fighting off waves of mobs. Although these waves are a little paltry, I have to say. Like, this is the best these are the best waves you can manage. I mean, seriously. That guy hits pretty hard. He hits really hard, actually. Is there another one? Because I'm still getting something shooting at me from on high. Not a fan. I am online, but I am doing the end game content. I'm doing monoliths. I started today at level 45, and I started doing, because of the difficulty in moving between the maps, I went to the endgame content of monoliths, which is available very early, but at level 45, the mobs are level 58. And so I got my ass kicked a couple of times. Not a bunch, but a couple of times. If you're not familiar with it, if you go to the end of time area and instead you head east or to the right, that is the entry to this area. So end of time, you head east and it takes you to the first echo in the Monoliths of Fate. You run a bunch of monoliths, that'll open up the quests. You beat the quests and it opens up the next tier of monoliths. So because this doesn't require you to go into shared spaces, towns and the like, it's on a different infrastructure, and therefore it's not seeing the problems you see if you're playing in online and trying to do the campaign. I'm hoping they'll get the campaign stuff fixed and I can go back and do the campaign. But right now, monoliths. Which is fine. I mean, the content is good. I'm getting really good gear. I'm leveling up. The only thing I'm not doing is progressing towards opening up the Circle of Fortune, which was what I had hoped to get done day 1, although that was probably optimistic. Day 2 would be, again, seeming optimistic if they can't get the campaign stuff working a little bit better. Knock on wood. Go, guys, go. We're all rooting for you.
Yes.
Vit, monogain when you use Vengeance and hit. No. Elemental resistance and health regen. No, I've already got bonkersly good glove or boots. 31 spell damage. That only has just the prefix. You don't see that. That's the first time I've seen that, where there's an exalted item with just one affix. Throwing damage, CDR. My current one has 12% CDR, 3% increased health. this one's better. And it has an open affix of some kind. It has an open prefix. Now, throwing damage does nothing for us, but wow, void damage does. Anything else in the prefixes? Not really. Let's go with void damage. Ooh, not much left. Let's see. More important is probably health. I don't have any more health shards. Eek! Alright. I'll have to start nuking the stuff with health shards. So, I said I was interested in the game and I was going to look into it after the trip, but you bought it on Monday and haven't really been able to play. Well, I mean, I certainly I can understand you getting the urge and buying it. Believe me, I can understand that. We will go ahead and bust this one up for parts. 4, 8, 11. We got 5 out of a possible 11. That's okay. And under the circumstances, at least if you're not playing, you have the consolation that, well, the campaign is still problematic right now, and so the experience will be better, knock on wood, in the near future. So I can't say you're not missing anything, but the value of what you're missing isn't that great.
Yes.
Until they get that fixed. Movement speed, Vit, Fizz, Resist. Just got out of work. Oh, well, good luck. I mean, it seems to be a crapshoot right now. Depending on your level. I was 45 and I went into monoliths. So that worked. For me. But if you aren't high enough level to work through the monoliths, that would not be a recommendation on my part. At level 40, by the way, I counted. I had 16 unique drops. 16. That is freaking insane. 2 more from quests. Yeah, 14, no. You would get immediately deleted by the least of the mobs. Next up, rare relics. More money. Probably best to go for the glyphs. Let's head over here. All right, our auto casts are working. We're having... It's weird. I've never seen any ping problems until the last 20 minutes or half an hour. Most of the time... I don't know, maybe because I was staying in that instance zone, it sort of puts me on a this guy can wait list. And then as soon as I get into actual live content, it fixes my ping speeds. Because most of the time I'm sitting at anywhere from 9 or 8 to 15 milliseconds. I also have a pretty strict filter up right now, so most of the drops aren't showing up. I need to slay enemies to locate Sturlax the Burning Sky. The Burning Sky. Yeah, maybe you get an ointment for the Burning Sky, you know? As of 15 minutes ago, they're deploying more fixes, may affect some users. That's certainly possible, yeah. Something like that could be causing it. But it also could just be a prioritization. I'm sitting in, you know, in a instanced non-combat space. I get tweaked down because I don't need a whole lot of speed. Good. Hey, knock knocks. I'm murdering things. Many of them. Can't go that way is dead end. So right now, let's see, I'm just moving, so I'm going to see how long we can go here where I just kill things just by moving past them. Even this guy, who's a bossy type, yep, just dying really fast. This is why I chose this build, because it's dumb. I'm not pressing any buttons. I'm just holding down the left mouse button to move. It's glorious, really. Now, we've got a rogue mage here, and these guys are tough enough. I'll probably have to actually press some buttons. Notice that yesterday you had red ping whenever you loaded into a shared instance and slowly lowered to be a stable ping. I hadn't even noticed anything other than, yeah, this is 19 milliseconds right now. Is he coming out? There we go. So I'm going to press buttons on him just to make it go faster. I could kill him without pressing buttons, but there's no need to show off. As if I hadn't already been showing off. We'll go back now to leaning back here and putting my hand on my head while I just hold down the left mouse button and just, you know, kill things. It's... Why do people have problems with games? They're so easy. I can play this and pick my nose at the same time. I had to click. There was loot to pick up. So my play yesterday was a bit slow with the hammers. The hammers aren't bad. They're fine for leveling. But this is where the build shines, is this stuff. Those drops in the ground, their colors and such, are good dopamine hit. Oh, absolutely. These games are, well, the whole thing about ARPGs is a continuous stream of dopamine hits. And that's kind of what they didn't get in Diablo 4. They didn't understand. That we want to kill a lot of mobs and get a lot of loot. The thing is that almost all of the loot in D4 has so many affix choices. The odds of getting something good are so low that the loot doesn't really matter at a certain point. And you'll note I killed the boss without pressing any buttons. But yeah, the sound effects you get. You know, you've got different sounds. You can see that in the way PoE players a lot of times use basically a sound filter to change the sounds they get from various drops. And yeah, they are definitely a tickle the brain type thing. It's like, ooh, ooh. Let's see, Vit, Strength, no. Potion slot, minion damage, increased health. We want the increased health. So we're going to shatter that. Shatter, we got everything but the health, that figures. And let's see, nothing there that we want. That one, yeah, we can put that one into the for later bin. That's got a lot of health on it. And we need more health bits, so We got 1 out of 4. Disappointed! Healing, strike avoidance, crit. No. So the belt we're putting away. Into the experiment tab.
Yes.
And we're off to our next map. Not just yet. We leveled up. We have 1. Another 2% chance to get an echo when we cast a skill. I was going here next. The Devoured Sanctum. Since devouring orbs do a chunky bit of my damage, most, the Devoured Sanctum, I'll feel right at home. See? See? They're all coming to say hi, and I just need to move in the general vicinity, and they all fall over. It's not the most interactive of builds, generally speaking. But I was fine with that, and I am fine with that. Mana regen and something else. Cooldown speed, maybe? We've got the Primeval Dragon is up. Ooh, affix shards. Nom 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 nom. They taste like victory. So about the only real issue, you may notice that as I move, I seem to hitch a lot. That's not the computer or the map or anything. That's the auto casting. This build has 2 skills that are set to auto cast. And when those trigger, I put a little hitch in my step. You could cast them manually if you wanted to. Well, why would you want to? But if you auto cast, maybe it's like very, very, very few key presses, and the alternative is to not auto cast, and that's very, very, very many key presses. So. And this will drop more affix shards. I'm always happy to have affix shards. Come on, where's the dragon?
Stand down.
I didn't even say the or die part. I just said stand down. Oh, they're not standing down, they're laying down. Does that count? Oh, we've got a couple more shrines. Cast speed and attack speed. That's going to make things faster. And over here, damage reflection. So any damage they do to me gets reflected back to them. Triple. Mind you, the damage still does go through. So if they hit me for 100, I get hit for 100. They just get hit for 300. There's the dragon, and this one's going to drop idols. We'll come back to this after we kick the crap out of the dragon, presumably. And now I am pressing buttons. Well, we don't want to get caught in that, if we can avoid it. Because I don't know how hard that hits. I got rid of him. I'll now go back and get the idols. After I pick up this stuff. That was all the idols? Seriously? Oh, there we are. There are a couple other small ones. I guess the small ones don't make the filter cut, so to speak. And in we go. Need to spend some time at some point figuring out the crafting system. Feel like it's so simple and complicated at the same time. It's pretty easy. If you'll pick up all of these shards, right? These are crafty bits. So this one is an added health shard, which means you'll be able to add 1 tier of health to an item that already has health, or 1 tier of health to an item that has an open spot You click on transfer, and they all get sucked up and stored magically some other place, like this. That's a really nice sound effect they have, as they get nommed up. So, for instance, if we look at this, these are the affixes I have. I have 2 prefixes and 1 out of the 2 suffixes. If I wanted to craft, say, increase the health on this one, and by the way, I'll check. Or add a new affix, you click here, and if you click, it currently has these. I don't know why, they've changed the display a little bit on this. So we click on suffixes, and it'll show the suffixes we currently have. I also don't like the pop-ups, where it shows me the image of the item. Didn't used to do that. Hey, EBM! Good afternoon! Just me giving a quick tutorial on the crafting system. So let's say if we wanted to add, something we've got lots of, armor. We want to add armor to this. We click on armor. Let me turn off my auto casting for now. And what it does is we have 21 forging potential. If we add the affix, we'll lose 1 to 18 forging potential. When you're out of forging potential, you can't craft on that item anymore. So, in here, you've got things that you can do, and here you've got additional things you can do with items, other than just add affixes. But first, we're going to add an affix, and I'll burn one of these glyphs of hope. That gives us a chance to remove no forging potential when we add the affix. So, right now, we have 372 attunement, vit, health. We add the affix. It took away 13 forging potential. No, it removed like 5, something like it. Removed some. 8. It removed 8 forging potential and added armor. And now we have 26 armor. Really, Nod Knox? A lot of people think this is one of the strengths. There are a lot of little in-game little additions that I'm not going to get into here, like sealing an affix and legendary potential. But that's the simplest thing, is either adding or increasing the affixes based on those shards you have. And here's the crafting materials. This is all the shards. Now these other things, like this, is a glyph of hope. Modifies the outcome. Outcome grants you a 25% chance to not use forging potential. This one is a glyph of chaos. It will randomly change it when it upgrades it to another one. So if I wanted to get rid of attunement, say, I click on that, and we'll see if we click on attunement, it'll use an attunement shard, but it won't go to tier 3 attunement. It'll go to tier 3 something at random. Now, this one's a crapshoot. Maybe you've got a bad affix and you're hoping to get a good affix. Poison damage taken is physical. I don't actually have any of those, so I can't chaos that one off. Other options are for things like glyph of order. Modifies the outcome of craft. It prevents the... that's a hard one to explain. Affixes are always in a range, like, say, 10 to 20. And if you've got a 20 at the top of the range and you want to upgrade it and not lose being at the top of the range, you would use this. So it would get, instead of 10 to 20, you'd get upgraded 20 to 30, and you'd be guaranteed to be at the top of the order and have a 30. That may not have been clear. This one, I'll give you a chance of sealing an affix, which basically will move it out of this. So if we tried to seal vitality, vitality would go whoop, and we'd have an open affix here, but it would still have the vitality as a 5th affix. Down here, you've got shattering, which breaks up an item and gives you some of the affixes back. I'll use that right now. We'll remove that. I will use a shattering rune, and we have a total of 3, 5, 9, 10 tiers worth of affixes. I will get somewhere between 1 and 10 shards back out when we shatter it. We got 7 shards out. We got an armor shard, a vitality shard, 3 health shards, a couple of poison shards, and all of those now can be used to add shards back into other items. Other things you can do here, is re-roll the values of all affixes on an item within their tiers. This one will pick a random affix and remove all of the shards. So if there's something you desperately want, you probably don't want a Rune of Shatter It. You want a Rune of Removal until it gets removed. Rune of Discovery will randomly fill up every empty affix with a tier 1 affix that's random. Rune of Shaping re-rolls the implicits, which are the things above the line, up at the top where it says base melee, spell, and increased damage over time. You can see the ranges there. This would re-roll those in the ranges. And then there are some others here. For instance, the Rune of Ascendance, which I think is this one, will take an item and will randomly upgrade it to a unique of the same type. So you put in a ring and a Rune of Ascendance, and boom, instant unique ring. Might not be the one you're looking for. You'll never argue design or politics with me on my channel, but you can't fathom how folks think this is a good system. Well, it is more deterministic than PoE. And way more flexible and deterministic than Diablo. It is not as all-encompassing as PoE. Doesn't have as much depth. It's a little more straightforward. I need to keep this because it's a purple exalted item and goes into the exalted items collection. And let's see. We've got idols. That's a keeper. Definite keeper. Sell that one. Sell that one.
Yes.
And now...
Take care.
Oh, I forgot to open this. More glyphs. And I forgot to open this. These are the rewards from the map I just did. And we got a unique Leoth's Machination. Fireballs. This is not a medical condition I have. That's what this is useful for. Fireball spells. +2 to the fireball skill. Fireball base damage is converted to lightning. Technically, I guess this would make it lightning balls. Chance to add a spark charge on hit with a fireball. Ignite chance converted to shock. Increase lightning damage. And it gives you ward. I have gotten stupidly lucky with the number of uniques I've gotten so far. Especially stupid is as stupidly lucky. I will go here, and we will get some amulets as a reward. I will now start auto-casting my 2 auto-cast spells. I need to slay enemies to locate the Vile Gate and then seal the Vile Gate. We'll see how long I can go without having to press any button other than movement. Everything's dying just by my moving through it. I am such a lazy jerk. I cannot even be bothered to kill mobs by pressing buttons. I'm going to show off. Check my nails, killing mobs. Who needs to do anything else? Some people like to work for their loot, not me. I just want to be given my loot. Well, and there's the gate we need to close. These guys are big but dead, so... Oh, well, now I have to click to pick up some loot. It's a burden. Imagine having to click to pick up your loot. The game doesn't even allow me to automatically pick up my loot. What kind of game is that? And this is why you pick Void Knight Autobomber as your build, is because you're a lazy old fart. Like someone I know. Ooh, a big altar. Alright, we will now open the gate. And kill things. And when we're done killing all the things, the gate will be closed and we'll have finished the echo. Now, those big boys would be dying a little bit faster if I was willing to press a button. But I'm showing off right now. I didn't press any button except to move or pick up loot. Glorious. Couple of amulets that passed muster on the filter. And boots of purity. And there we go. That's another 2% chance to get an echo of any skill I use. Echo damage and melee void. All my damage is void, but it's not melee void damage. Sad to say. So that is not a good altar for me, but... or idol for me. But maybe for another character I might make.
Yes.
Nope. CDR. I didn't notice what else was in that other than CDR. No. That's a lot of armor. A lot of armor. But I'd give up a lot of damage. Right now, armor's not as important as damage. Maybe later. Nope. Cast speed, void damage, elemental damage now. Elemental damage. We have no truck with this. We will, however, bust this one up for parts. Tier 5 critical strike chance. We got 3 of those shards out.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to buy a bunch more shatter.
Take care.
I'll take care. Thanks, I guess. We are 16 to 17 in Sigils of Hope. Give me a second. Need to check. 16 and 17. 5, okay. Sigils last longer. Yeah, go ahead. We're here. Anything particularly outstanding? Nothing stands out there. Anything in any of the other echoes standing out to me? Those are spears. Not really interested in spears. Relics. Sure, let's hit the rare relics. Rare relics. Roro. Is this an arena? Did I not notice that this was an arena? No, it's a regular one, I think. Yeah, it's a regular one, okay. Alright, I press buttons to kill those guys because I want to make sure they died, because there's a potential for a bonanza of good stuff over here, and I want to get to the good stuff and make sure I get the goodies. Oh, something's hitting me. No, okay, those... it had some stuff, but nothing particularly noteworthy. Oh, back in this direction. We need to destroy the imprisoned spire. Who would imprison a spire? That's like putting a house in jail. It just doesn't make much sense. That's all I'm saying. Mana and cooldown speed. Whoop. That is a unique. Pick it up. Thank you. There's another shrine over here. More gold. Gold is good. I love gold. I definitely prefer the other movement skill for the feel, the reaction speed, and the fact that it generates additional DPS. But this movement skill doesn't require a target, a monster to hit. And the other one did, and that's actually a big freaking deal. For instance, in a lot of fights, it's just you and a single boss. There's the imprisoned spire, and it's dead. There we go. Echo conquered. We head back to... It's not town. Not sure what to call it. Oh, look at all my blue balls. I have such blue balls. I think those are pretty impressive blue balls, don't you? Okay, enough silly genitalia-related humor for now. Usenui's Sphere. It has 1 LP. Legendary potential. Legendary potential is a really cool system they have. It allows you to smoosh a legendary and a regular item together and move one or more of the affixes from the regular item onto the legendary, making it even betterer. Blue balls have orbited for at least 4 hours. Seek help. Well, maybe that was my intent all along. Mana, cold and lightning resist. Chance to cast water orb when you hit a boss or rare enemy. 5 water orbs per cast if your attunement... Water orbs, they sound like more blue balls, don't they? Just putting that out there. 30% increased cold and lightning damage for each water orb you've cast in the past 12 seconds. Let's see. Nope. Ooh, that's... We need to break up. Tier 4 health. Give me some health. Health. 3 out of 4 health shards. Nice. I ran out of health shards earlier. That's why I'm jonesing for health shards right now. Void damage. Chance to apply future strike on melee hit. I don't do the melee hits part, but the rest of that's pretty good. Of course, this has got cast speed and smite. I can't use it yet, so I'll stick it in my... maybe. Batch for later. No. No. And that goes into the exalts.
Take care.
I'll take care, thanks. Exalt. And VK. That's Void Knight. We're here. Let's see. Well, we'll head here and then here. The only reward we get from here is that it opens up a bunch more of the layout for us. But gold is good. We can convert gold into more shattering runes, if nothing else. Once again, a huge lag spike. So I'm going to wait for a second. It seems like when I get these lag spikes that they don't last very long. I've mentioned it before, but a good chunk of the time I have single-digit pings because the servers are actually in my garage. Oh, all right. We'll start casting stuff again. Enough with the showing off. I'll manually cast some smites. Hooah! Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie goes to Hollywood. Drops idols. More idols. We'll pick these up as well. You'll note that Smite is a holy spell, and yet it's coming out as void colored because I have conversion. My Smite isn't holy. My Smite is unholy. I'm a Void Knight. Alright, we'll open the gate and we'll start killing things. Lots and lots and lots of things. Those things hit hard. If I let them. I chose not to let them. Alright, what's been down here shooting at me? Echo conquered. Back. More gold, I'm rich. And I'll move the crafty bits, and I'm just gonna slam straight into the next monolith. The Devoured Armory. I now have an allied ice beetle. Do you have an ice beetle? He's my new best friend. I will call him Reggie. We have got another exiled mage that we're going to bust out of prison and then murder. It's the way you... Yeah, sometimes you just have to kill things. That's level 62. So that's 17 levels I've gotten today. Was it 45, I think, when I started? 45 or 46. And I've gotten all of these on the monoliths. Actually, I was 45. I got one before I got frustrated with not being able to get into any maps. Alright, we are now murdering the exiled mage as quickly as possible, and that was pretty quick. Okay, we don't need that. Well, we're headed that way anyway, so yeah, we will go ahead and grab this shrine, and it'll give us mana regen and cooldown speed, and the cooldown speed means we will resummon our blue balls faster. I don't know about you, no, not the first time I've experienced blue balls from a game. This game is, with the mapping problems, a little bit of blue ball action going on. Alright, and now we're going to need to kill everything around this. And lots of mobs are going to show up, and some are going to be bigger guys. These void guys are kind of jerks. They hit pretty hard. But I'm not afraid. Much. Maybe a little. The big guys, the void horrors. But when we finish killing them all and the waves are done, we'll have our scouting report on all the rest of the echoes nearby.
Stand down or die.
There we go. Echo conquered. And that, now we have the light so we can see. So we don't get a reward from that other than the light by which we can see. I'm not sure where we go next. Let me check. Again, this is not my build. I am using Ali's Void Knight Autobomber build. Ah, back there. And then here. Okay. All the way back here for Void Corruption. Critical strikes deal more damage for each passive point you have invested in the Void Knight tree. I have 40 points in the Void Knight. That means my critical multiplier just got increased by 40. Delicious. Let's see. We have from 18 to 19 in Smite. Good. From 17 to 18 in Healing Hands. I'm all about the Healing Hands as a Void Knight. Okay. We're over here. Next up, 17 to 18 in the delicious Devouring Orbs. Nom, 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 nom. Down here, Extinction. More hit damage to enemies collides with, multiplicative with other modifiers, only affects the damage that Devouring Orb deals when the orb itself collides. And 17 to 18 in Anomaly. More Leech. Who doesn't like leeching? Mana efficiency with Soul Feast. Ward gained on kill. I think that's one of the new Warlock abilities. That might be useful. Critical strike while dual wielding. Chance to slow on bow hit. You'll note those two affixes, they don't seem to go together. Slow on bow hit. Critical strike while dual wielding. Dual wielding bows. Maybe if you're Tars Tarkus. That's an old book reference. Melee stun. Away. Mana gain. Yeah, I just don't think that's good. I've never played a build in which it was good. Fire resistance and health. We will attempt to pry 5 tiers of health off. Give me 5. 2. Disappointed. Yes. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope.
Take care.
I refuse to take care. I will live my life hazardously. That NPC talking to me is not the boss of me, or voice of me. We will turn back on our autocasts. And we will step up and see what we've got. That's not bad. We got some idols there. It's an arena. I don't like arenas. Rare staves. Let's head for the staves. Bleak Step. We've got another rogue mage whose first thought will be, I get out of jail. And his second thought will be, what the fuck? And his third thought won't happen at all. Something in there hit pretty hard. But if it was him, he didn't hit anymore. Sorry, dude. I need to slay enemies to bring out an ambush. Basically, you kill a bunch of mobs until a big, bad, ugly mob appears and attacks you. Because these aren't big, bad, ugly mobs. Yeah, they're just your run-of-the-mill vanilla type mobs. Ooh. Let us grab movement and cast speed buffs. That is the ambush. Unfortunately, we're pretty badass. Oh, that was not the ambush. What? Yes, it was. Okay. Oh, he came with additional friends. So I guess it wasn't until the friends were gone that it was considered done. And we're back. Pretty quick one. Bunch of shards. More shards. Lots of shards. We're just going to go right on to the next one then. Breastplates. Chest plates. Body armor. Ooh. I hope it's in my size. We need to destroy the imprisoned spire, and I repeat, I didn't know you could imprison a spire. It does seem weird. In that it seems like putting a house in prison. That is the wrong way. Grolls. So evidently, members of Nirvana and the Foo Fighters, because I'm fighting Grolls. There are some religious fanatics around in the darkest times that shackle trees indoors, and then they have rituals involving dancing next to them. Yeah, true. And we have no shortage of loonies in the narrative here, the void cultists. So, okay, I'm going to buy that. Sure. Another Echo Conquered by yours truly. Lens the Echo Slayer. I need to work on a title. I definitely need to work on a title. And again, now that I'm being a little bit more aggressive, let's go get us some staves. It's in an arena. Arenas are annoying. Basically, that you just get attacked by mobs, and that's what happens. Waves of mobs. Arena is also one of the endgame systems, and it is basically a ranking system where you just fight through waves and waves of mobs. Let's get this. Critical strike? Don't mind if I do. Every single skill I do will now critical strike. This will lead to bad things for the mobs. I now have a friendly ice beetle, too. Fortunately, there's this big fire in the middle, and I don't think I want to be in that. Increased stun chances. Well, I am quite stunning. I think I have to track down the last couple of mobs. Ah! Ooh, oh! Echo conquered. I am victorious once again. Doesn't look like anything specific there. Back to town-ish. Sort of town. I put up sound dampening material and then victoriously yell that. Ah, sound dampening material. My upstairs neighbor doesn't mind. I hope. Don't know why that got a great big pink on it. Honestly don't know. Where were we? We put one there, and our next batch is over here. And how many are we going to put in there? Because we can put in up to 15. No, we're going to put in 6 seems... Oh, yeah, 5. 5 here in Dread. Increased void damage per point and move speed. Nice. And then 1 here when we have put 4 more points in there, increasing our echo chance by another 10%, but reducing my attack speed and increasing the mana cost. Well, that's just fine and dandy by me. We also hit another level here. I think it's probably there, Empowering Sigils, but let's find out. Level 17 to 18 in Empowering Sigils. We're showing 17. I am correct. That one. keys. Dungeon keys. Oh, that's an arena key and an arena key. I don't have any arena keys yet. I'm not sure I really want any arena keys. Let's go here. Idols. We could discuss why, but it would be idle chit-chat. Sorry. Oh, this is another actual idol. Funnily enough. Don't want to get caught in the tornadoes. The tornadoes, those things throw, do a lot of damage over time.
Stand down or die.
Come on, guys, come get some. You can do better. Couple of shards. Oh, open portal. We finished it. Quick. Neat. Sweet. Petite. And the idols. And goodies. No additional goodies of note. Let's go ahead and kill our autocast, and we will attempt to run through our loot really quick.
Yes.
That is a lot of increased critical strike chance and spell damage. That goes into the futures batch. Level 66. I'm currently at level 63. That's a lot of spell damage and an incredible metric shit ton of increased critical strike chance. Yeah, it's tier 5. That's the max you can craft. Purples can drop with higher tiers, but nothing else.
Yes.
Poison damage taken is physical. Nah. Crit strike chance. I think I'll break that one up. Because breaking up is hard to do. Critical. That's a lot of critical strike chance too. Maybe. Spell lightning damage. Well, that'll go into the futures. Server's having a special moment again. I'm sadly not surprised. I don't know why this one got flagged. Doesn't seem to anything. Don't seem nothing special to me. Critical strike chance and health. We'll break that one up. We're breaking that one up. Yeah, I'm going to break both of those up. Even though it's hard to do. Throwing attack, critical strike, and physical damage over time. No. Seems like the login and game servers don't want each other's company. There have been a problem where you can't get in on a login if you exit and then go to offline mode and then back to online. It will let you in. You can try that. Mon efficiency with Ghost Flame. You know, that's a keeper. Not for this build, obviously. But Ghost Flame, they did look like Ghost Flame would make a interesting Warlock build. Damage over time, no. Oh. Sure. Oh. Lightning damage with hammer throw. I can't see myself using it. I can't see myself making a Hammerden anytime soon. Chance to bleed, chance to inflict time rot. The time rot is nice, but it doesn't go with the bleed. We're breaking up 2 of these for their giblets. 4, 7, 12. We got 10 out of the 12 possible. That's pretty freaking good. 5 and 8. All 5 of the hell shards. That was really nice. That was tasty. Delicious.
Take care.
Can't even cancel the connection attempt. Oh, you've been connecting for 3 minutes now? How long's the timeout? I don't know. I've had things where I was sure I was past the timeout where they finally kicked in and worked, and I've had other things where I waited and waited and waited and killed it. This goes down there. This goes up there. This goes into future. And that goes into experimental. Where to next? There and there, I think. So I think I'm going to go for about another 20 minutes or half an hour for the early session. And then I'll be taking a break for a bit. And coming back after my dinner at the usual starting time, which would be in about 3.5 hours, roughly. Didn't even notice what I got. What do I have to do? I have to slay enemies to get the location of the sun gate, and then seal the sun gate. And we have found the sun gate up. But before we go for the sun gate, we have another exiled mage who needs spanking. And so much for him. Movement, attack, and cast speed. Alright, we've got... I think that was the critical hit one. Yeah, so all my hits are going to be crits. This should be relatively quick and painless. Everything's going to die really quick, although I am getting some, like I said, wow, that's lag spiky. Whoa, is that lag spiky? That was me almost dying due to the lag spike. Echo conquered. Wow. That's, not great. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, those lag spikes, not great. Yeah, I'm at 13 millisecond ping times, but I'm hitting huge lag spikes. Thank you, EBM. I didn't die. This character has died, I believe, 4 times. Every single time, it was chat's fault, even when I wasn't streaming. I try not to rub it in, because, you know, generally speaking, chat, they're okay. They're nice guys and gals. We're going to shatter this. 8, 12. We could get as many as 14 fragments, but we got 11. That's really good. Now, that is a good experimental affix. If I didn't have such stupid boots already, I would wear these stupid boots. I'm not sure exactly what makes up Makes boots stupid. I guess if I was wearing them on my head, that would be stupid. But that wouldn't be the boots being stupid. That would be me. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. Both keepers. Idols. Every time I say it, I want to say, throw me the whip. It's no time. What level are we up to anyway? We are 63. So when I do come back after my break, let's see. We're going to do the timeline quests. I think, yeah, that we'll do the timeline quests, and that'll open up the next timeline. We'll do like maybe one in that timeline, and then we'll take my break. So it's unlikely they'll have the server issues taken care of by the time I come back from my break, in which case I'll be doing more of monoliths. I don't know what's there. Oh, that's right, it's quest stuff. I need to talk to the questy dude.
Greetings.
I'm here to help. Quickly, flee! Flee, fly! Flee, fly, flow! Kumalada, kumalada, kumalada vista. Anyone get that reference? Good lord, you're old. I don't know if they sing that in camps anymore. Summer camps.
Safe travels.
I will note that it's not just summer camp. For instance, REM sang that on one of their albums, if memory serves. Alright, I have rescued 3 villagers, sorry, out of 5. 2 to go. Or are they following me? Him. Get out of here, you fool, you fool. Flee, you fools. Actually, he said fly, you fools, is what Gandalf actually says. Which has led to many people saying he was trying to tell them what to do. Not that they should run away when he says fly, you fools, but he's telling them that they should use the eagles. Tolkien actually responded to that. Ding 64. Why is that pink? Under what circumstances is something in the flag, something flagging things pink? I don't know.
Yes?
And now, presumably, I've got to be the bad guy. Defend the town from cultists. I have to defend the town from cultists. I beat the first batch of cultists. A whole bunch of flying bird things. And now I'm kicking the crap out of more cultists. Those wacky cultists. Am I right? One man's cult is another man's divinely mandated faith. The Hollow Maw. He has an enormous amount of hit points, I'll give him that. I probably don't want to stand in that. As he fires off Void, even though I myself am a master of Void. Oh, we're finally really welling on him now. I have conquered this echo, and we will return. Grab our reward, and we'll slide right into the next of the timeline story quests, The Dark Ascent. Do you smell that dark ascent? Whew. Search for the cult encampment. They do seem to be having a good time. I mean, some of them sound like they're screaming, but some of them sound to be laughing. So, at least some of them are having a good time, I guess. Find the leader of the cult of the Black Wing. Black Wing. And that will be a scam or fraud call. I get usually 1 or 2 of those every day. I'm going to mute myself for a second. And as expected, they hung up. They don't like my message. Which is basically, I don't answer this anymore, leave a message or stop calling. Alright, where's the leader? Come on. Come on. Yeah, big jerk. Oh, we're getting close. All right. That was a notification. Rox Rafa has resubscribed. Are you insane? Thank you very, very much. I will say more happy stuff about it after I finish killing these bad people. Woo! They hit pretty hard. Prophet of Ruin and somebody else. Prophet of Ruin is going away, and the other guy, I don't know who that is. He doesn't seem to have a name, which is strange. All right, the Black Wing. So I'm wondering if that is a corrupted version of Raye. But I'm still not getting a name over him. Defeat the Prophet and the Oracle of the Black Sun. Okay, the Prophet and the Oracle. All right, well, we got out through that. I'll go back. Rox Rafa has resubscribed at Tier 1 for 2 months. Thank you very, very, very much. I'm always feel a little awkward about subs. Follows? That's great. Subs always make me feel a little weird. Somebody's giving me money for this. Thank you. Support is nice, but what matters most to me is people just being here. Chat, little chat activity. People keeping me company. And, for that matter, thank all of you for hanging out this afternoon or evening or morning if you're in Australia, maybe. Armor and reduced. No, we can sell that one, I think.
Yes.
Chance to bleed if wielding an axe. I am not wielding an axe. I'm wielding this. It doesn't even have edges on it. Yeah, I'll break that one up into parts. That one's pretty good. That one might be usable. I'm going to break this one into parts.
Take care.
We've got a grand total of 7. And how many do we get out? Yeah, we got at least one of each. In fact, we got exactly one of each. I will put this into my VK tab. Hi, one of your videos just got randomly recommended to me on YouTube, and it's nice to catch you live. Thank you very much. I'm surprised at how much that YouTube, over the last couple months, it seems like the phrase I've been using is, I massaged YouTube's prostate, and I seem to be getting on the algorithm a lot more. So whatever I'm doing is making it into the algorithm, and now don't you regret catching me live. So those kind of things are very reassuring because it says that the stuff I'm doing is working. So thank you. That's really good to hear. And I can tell when the algorithm has taken a shine to like one of my videos, as I will, the other day I had 7 new subs, YouTube subs, in a single day, and that put me over the 1,000 total subs and follows. That was like 3 days ago. And since then, I've picked up like another 15, something like that. So, yeah, it's been a big advantage when I started uploading all of my Twitches to YouTube. That was a slow overtime thing, but as I started to get into the algorithm, I seem to be getting recommended to more people. And apparently enough of these people have suffered a recent head trauma, and they decide to subscribe. So thank you. Meanwhile, I have to go beat up Rye. Or possibly not. It's a boss. He's level 66. I think I'm level like 64 or 5. And I don't know if I've ever fought this boss before. The answer is I'm 64 and... So, I don't know if I've ever fought this boss before. I think I must have, but I don't remember it. Evidently, I'll have to earn my way to fight Rye. Rye is a god. And I probably don't want to get hit by that. I didn't want to use my movement skill. I wasn't expecting it to insta-jib me like that. Can I go right? Yeah, I can re-enter. Okay, now I know. Now I know that if I get caught in that, I die. I didn't want to use... I had assumed it was going to hit hard, but not kill me. I assumed entirely mistakenly that it would not kill me, and I didn't want to use my movement skill if I didn't have to. So now I know I have to. Because the movement skill's on a significant cooldown. Aha. Oh, no. Jeez. Ow. Would you stop, dude? Seriously? Alright, he's got all kinds of attacks that I'm probably not going to like. Oh, yep, I've seen this. Ow. Ow.
This hate, this despair, oblivion.
I gotta say, I'm not digging you, dude, right now, okay? That's the killer. That's the one-shotter. Alright, health potion, good. That'll help. Ow! He is no freaking joke. Yeah, I do not think I've ever fought him before. I did a little better that time in avoiding his bullshit. His intense bullshittery. That thing is freaking hard. God, I thought I was out of it. Oh, I know it's that why I'm having trouble getting out of stuff because I'm auto-casting. Thing is, I need the auto-casting for the damage.
This world is ruined. Do you deny it?
That was better.
My shadow will cover this world once more.
Raya used to be like the sun/fire god. Now he's been all corrupted, and I'm not digging him. You know, gotta say, he's kind of a dick.
My vengeance will be paid in ash. This hates, this despair, oblivion burns me.
Ah, damn it. Okay, I think what happened, that very first hit that killed me in a one-shot, it must have crit, because I've survived a bunch of them since. So that first one that killed me was a crit. I just need to make sure I don't get crit. Mostly, try to get out of there before he can crit me, would be the smart thing if I were, you know, smart. Yeah, I'm pathetic. Got him.
Changes anything. This world is already dead.
Dodge, increase leech rate. That's a good one. Yeah, leech rate, please. Thank you. Yes. Leech rate. Leech rate. Woohoo! Victory! Okay, open portal. Back to Echo. Confirm. Turn off. Catch up. YouTube has started recommending more varied videos, which is good. Doesn't only factor in view count anymore, it seems like. No, I definitely not, because I did a bunch of City of Heroes over the last month or so, and that brought a lot of people in. But even before then, I was seeing spikes where it was obvious something was happening, and I figured out, because I'm genius, that I was hitting the algorithm. People seem to be really mad at not being able to play. Just joined the LE Discord to check for updates, and the general chat is a mess. Yeah, like it's a paid game. I was sure hoping for a faster solution. This is honestly this connectivity BS. Yeah, those seem big damaging hits. Yes, they were big damaging hits, and yeah, you're right that I had hoped definitely for a faster solution to this. Definitely. I understand infrastructure problems can be especially pernicious and difficult to deal with. This sounds like a scaling issue in a fundamental, foundational part of the system. Yeah, absolutely, yes. I'm disappointed. I'm not to the point of angry yet. But being, 30 hours into the launch, it seems like, I haven't checked their last and many updates, but it seems like they don't have a really good grip on what they can do to fix it. That's the only real frustration I have. They're a small studio. The game launched. They've had a huge influx of people. It's completely understandable, and it's also understandable why people are upset. I think that a lot of people are more upset than they should be, but that's my opinion. And yeah, I can't really tell other people what should or shouldn't upset them. A lot of things piss me off that probably shouldn't. I'm going to be going to a level 75 zone. I am so going to get my ass kicked. Also, it seems like they didn't expect this many people. I don't know how many they they actually have. I mean, I know that they've had, earlier today they had 170,000 people playing. And I don't know how many they were expecting, how many they've had previously. I wasn't surprised by 150,000. My assumption was, I was guessing they would probably have 200 or 250,000 on launch. So I don't know what they were expecting. Realistically, you have 22 hours of playtime and around 15 to 18 is, waiting to change areas. Yep. No, I understand people are not happy with it. It's completely understandable they're not happy with it. I can't for the life of me blame people for being unhappy about it. But I don't think spouting off on the Discord is constructive or going to fix anything, and it's not really even a good catharsis. I'm going to take one more Echo out here in the third map, or third Echo location. And then I'm going to call it an afternoon. This will now be like 9 levels higher than me, something like that. And I don't think I've ever done Echoes this high a level before. I have to slay enemies to locate the Wild Gate. Alright. We're auto-casting. I have damage reflection, so things are going to kill themselves. I'm fine with things killing themselves. That's good. Online mode is currently unavailable. At least I can watch you play mode. Yeah, well, for now, at least. I guess I won't be logging out. Now, it's possible they need to take online mode completely off to make some foundational low-level fixes. Let's hope that that's the case. But certainly the online campaign mode doesn't seem to be getting better. Last I had heard, they were looking at logging being part of the problem, and logging is frequently a kind of thing that logs grow in unexpected ways and unexpected size at an unexpected speed. And historically, a whole lot of problems have been caused by log files, which does not seem intuitive at all, but yet they can grow out of bounds and fill up disks. And by fill up, I mean freaking enormous goddamn disks. Let's see, did we miss anything of note there? Doesn't look like it. So you can get the sort of cascading effect where, we weren't expecting this thing to break. But when this thing breaks, it generates a shit ton of error messages. And that fills up logs. And they never thought their logs could get filled. And so a lot of times it's not just that they have a problem. It's that they have a problem they didn't expect that creates a problem that they never even considered. And I've worked in a NOC, a Network Operations Center. And I have seen the weird shit that can break. And I also know what it feels like when you're desperately trying to fix something and people are essentially staring at you. I mean, every time... Wow, that's a whole bunch of badness. I worked in a supercomputing center where we had a $25 million cray. What was that? Oh, that was a lag spike. And so anytime it was down, holy crap, get out. Anytime it was down, boy, we had people banging on our door. And one thing I would do is every 15 minutes, even if I had nothing to say, I would change the message of the day and put a timestamp on the message of the day and saying, no updates. We're working on it. This is the status. And as long as every 15 minutes I made those updates, about 2/3 of the complaints would go away. There would always be people who were complaining, but most of the people who were complaining, as long as they felt they were in the loop, ooh, a rune of ascendance, yes, please. As long as they felt that, that they were being informed, even if it wasn't anything new or useful, it would defang a lot of the complaints. But nothing is going to stop the complaints. Not even fixing the problem. There's something here that does not like me at all. And I don't think that's fair. It doesn't even know me. Global critical strike chance. That'll be good. Let's give me 100% critical strike chance and we'll open up the gate. So this is the 9 levels higher than me zone, and I can feel it. I can definitely feel it. These mobs are not messing around. They want to hurt me. And not in that pleasant way. In that unpleasant way. But I've conquered it. Dun dun! Guessing the solution isn't as simple as just buying more servers. Either way. Definitely not. Yeah, they said that they had basically had a whole bunch of hardware ready if needed. So this is not really, I don't think, a hardware problem at all. I think it's a problem with some part of their infrastructure, some interstitial piece. I mean, where we're seeing the problems is handing off from map to map, especially the multiplayer map. So moving from town to a non-town map, or vice versa, tends to be where the big hits are coming. And so that's certainly consistent with, it's part of their back-end infrastructure for moving players from session to session. And basically, it ramped and ramped and ramped, and it hit some sort of asymptotic line, and all of a sudden, all of it gummed up. It didn't go from, 10% slow, 20% slow, 30% slow. It went 1, 2, 5, 20, 100. Yeah, it took a long time, even in early access. Yeah. Well, and it's not an easy thing. You've got to be really careful with that kind of thing, because that's where players will try and exploit stuff to make dupes. Is exactly those kind of session change things. But enough tech talk from me, my half-informed ass that I'm talking out of. I'm going to call it here for about 2.5 hours, 2 hours. I'm going to take a break, get up and stretch, get some dinner in a while, and I'll be back at my usual time, or a little earlier, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe. And again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry for those of you who want to play and can't. Hopefully, they will get these problems sorted out. Knock on wood. If not today, tomorrow. Because if they think things are ugly and tough now, wait for the weekend. So if it's not fixed by tomorrow morning, they are facing a shitload of negative press. So I hope they've got their ducks in a row. But hopefully I'll be back in a couple hours unless the servers are completely down. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I'll be back in a bit. Hope the rest of your Thursday goes awesome. Hope you see me soon. Have a great rest of your day if you don't pop back in. And I'll see you next time. Ciao for now, guys.